return.
What's up guys, welcome back to another video of me, CGI, and today my friends, we are on probably one of the most underrated Call of Duties of all time. Today we are playing on Call of Duty Black Ops 4, we are playing the map 9, and we're being joined by DJ. We are going to be completing the main quest for this map, and yeah, it's going to be pretty damn cool. You ready for the ride, DJ? Yeah, he's ready for the ride. Him and his pasties, we're back again. Our first step is to get ourselves some challenges going, and we have to get 5 consecutive headshots. So for our next one, we have our special weapon, which needs to get 10 kills very easily. We can duplicate these zombies when we open it up. Aesthetically, I really like the map 9. I'm really excited for Black Ops 6 because we are going to be returning to a time where we're going to be getting unique maps, so that's going to be a really nice thing. And I think Black Ops 4 was one of those very underrated games. I think it has a lot of reasons why people hated it. One of them being the way they changed perks. They made it so that you had to sort of choose it in a loadout. And I suppose that some people liked it and some people just didn't. On to the final boss here, which once we've done this, we'll be able to get ourselves the Pack-a-Punch and get on with the first step of the main quest. Okay, so it's a gladiator. Easy. Now we can go into the temple, and as you can see, right here is the Pack-a-Punch altar. We can place all of the heads next to it, and I think this is really cool as well. It's not actually that hard to unlock Pack-a-Punch in this map. It's actually quite easy to replicate. I think pretty much anyone could do this, and I think Black Ops 4 gets a lot of stick for its Easter eggs. Our next step is to find a skull, and it's right here. So all we have to do now is go ahead and use our special weapon, which unfortunately I don't have. There we go. And it will pop out, and then you can pick it up. Thankfully, DJ has crafted the shield, which is going to make our lives so much easier. For our next step, we really need to get the Death of Orion, which is why DJ's hitting it. He also has Time Slip, which makes the mystery box go really fast, and then we can have a higher chance of getting ourselves that Death of Orion. There is another way to do it though. You can actually use the shield to shoot this pot over, and this arrow will point towards the area where we can find a head. This one is pointing towards the Ra Tower. So if we go down here, we should be able to find it hidden behind here. So there we go, we just got ourselves the head. First bit for the traps that we can get is the chains. This is inside the temple. And another piece that we need to get for this trap is also in the temple. And we can get it from the other side, and it's this gear right here. So now we want to head back up where we're going to go and craft ourselves the trap. There are about 3 different stations where you can actually craft this. And then what we want to do is place the head down, activate the trap like so. And then once we've done this, it should turn into like a scorpion. Just like that, we can pick it up. Hello, Mr. Gladiator. All you have to do, my dude, is go ahead and melee this and be careful not to get me. And I think it may have worked. That definitely went all the way through, but where did it put the wood? Here it is. We don't need you anymore. Get out of here. So if we just place that there, now we need to wait a couple of rounds, and then we will come back and pick that up, and it will be all cooked. While that's doing its thing, we now need to get ourselves Firebomb, as there's going to be a step later on where we need Firebomb in order to activate an area of the map so that we can actually teleport. It actually turns out that DJ had managed to secure the Death of Orion. He actually picked it up. Sometimes he doesn't pick it up, so I just assumed, perhaps he got it, but he didn't pick it up. He was wanting me to get it, but it turns out he's got it. So we can do the next step without having to get the Death of Orion ourselves because he's already got it. There should be a mincer. Here we go. And if you place the skull in like so, and now he wants to shoot that with the Death of Orion, you can see it starting to do a thing. It's like grinding up that skull, and just like that, we now have our skull dust. And I honestly can't believe that whilst playing Call of Duty Zombies, I'm actually going to say this, but for our next step, we actually need to acquire poo. So we need to do the opposite of getting good affinity. We need to get bad affinity. Once we get enough bad affinity, we'll get poo. We can actually get bad affinity from pissing off the crowd. So if you decide to try and like shoot them, kill them and stuff, they get a bit fed up with you. The best weapon to do that with is the Hellion, as the Hellion just seems to really not make them very happy at all. I think that the Hades is honestly one of my favorite weapons on this game. Now, I know that seems mental because it doesn't look like I have a single camo or a single attachment. The thing is, I have recently prestiged on PC. So on my Xbox edition, that's pretty much where I did a lot of grinding for Black Ops 4. And almost every one of my weapons has a decent camo and loads of attachments. This is one of the most interesting rounds. We have gladiators. Sometimes you're going to get tigers as well, which is really interesting. And I've got to say, I really do like the Chaos storyline. I think it is a shame that it didn't get continued, or that it's not going to get continued. One of the things I did find really interesting about it was the fact that they kind of low-key tried to throw this game's story into Vanguard Zombies, because you had a radio that spoke of Alistair Rhodes. And if you don't know, in this game, we have been set out to find Alistair Rhodes, which is Scarlet's father. So now it's been a couple of rounds, we can go back under here to the cauldron room, and it should be ready for us to pick up just like that. So one of the features I will praise Cold War for was that they did introduce the selection menu for you to choose the alternative ammo type. And honestly, in this game, it just feels like it's a lot of luck, which it is. I mean, you literally put in points, you're trying to get the right ammo type, and honestly, it is a pain in the absolute butt. It is interesting to find out that basically the arsenal is now going to be the way to get ATTs, as that means we are now going to be using salvage to get those alternative ammo types, and also the fact that armor is going to be coming back with no salvage, and that we're going to be using points to buy armor. That's going to be really interesting. It also seems like we have to replenish our own plates by pressing Y, so it's bringing MWZ mechanics over to the game. So I'm still working for good affinity because I want to finish that side Easteregg for you guys. So DJ is trying to obtain the poop, and the way that he's doing that is by getting his affinity right down to being hated by the crowd. And there we go, just like that, we have the poop. Nice. GG to DJ for getting that. And now we have, oh my goodness, I totally forgot about these things. I totally forgot about these guys. But the Blight Fathers, they are such a pain in this game. But you know what? I love them, really. I'd love to see them get brought back to round-based zombies. If we saw those in Black Ops 6, I would be a very happy but sadistic person. So now that we have ourselves the skull grinded into dust, and we also have our charcoal, and we have our poop, we need to put all the ingredients into this little like bowl inside of the bathhouse, where we need to leave it for a couple of rounds to let it cook. Goodness, I'm nearly going down here. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I nearly went down. Oh my goodness. It's so red. Oh, I'm so red. No, 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 no. Oh, man. Now we need to go a couple of rounds and then we'll be able to pick up our ingredient and we'll be able to move on to the next step. I also do need to grab myself a new shield because honestly, getting slapped from behind is just not fun at all. Am I going to get it? Let's have a look. I'm pressing Pack-a-Punch. Let's have a look. Is it coming? Is it coming? I think it might be. I think it might be. No, brain rot. Ah, it's not what I need, bro. Is it going to be anything good? The one I need? Cryo freeze, that's like the opposite of fire. Trying to get myself as many points as I can. It just feels really slow. Talking of points, still know what we need. We need to get blast furnace or whatever the equivalent in this is. Firebomb. We got firebomb. Yes, finally. Oh my goodness, I had everything but firebomb there. So now this should be ready and we should be able to pick it up like so. And we need to take this over to the bottom of the Danu tower, which is where we are going to need to get the firebomb kill in order to activate it. But before we can even get the firebomb to activate it, we've also got to leave it for another couple of rounds to do its thing. There are so many Blight Fathers being thrown at me at the moment. Damn. There's 2 of them. 2 Blight Fathers at me. Why? Why? I'm literally the player that's struggling the most at the moment. I have no idea why I'm playing so bad, but I am. I'm playing pretty bad, by the way. I don't even know how much of the downs I will show you, but I've had a couple of downs and they've been absolutely brutal. I think it's because after playing so much Scare Ritual, I am even playing loads of Call of Duty Cold War and stuff. I have got so used to the systems over there and not buying Juggernog and things like that. Oh my fuck! Oh my goodness, DJ is down and I've had nothing but downs. So I need to use this. This is a really decent elixir where I can press up on my D-pad and it will literally teleport me to DJ. Oh my goodness, cheap moves here. Cheese moves. I am doing so bad in terms of my weapons. Like, I need a better layout. This is not good. Right, let's get rid of the vomit. Let's get this thing Pack-a-Punched. Come on, Pack-a-Punch. And I need to get ammo really for this. It's weird because there's no ammo crates in Black Ops 4. Damn, this game is good. Honestly, it's so beautiful aesthetically. This game is so pleasing. Okay, let's get rid of these Blight Fathers. Stop trying to kill us and get out of here. Now that the Hades is Pack-a-Punched, honestly, this thing absolutely packs a punch. Man, this is kind of sick. Shield number 3 or shield number like 100 if I'm honest with you. Oh, I don't even have money to buy the shield. That is so painful.
A gift from Sir Cat.
Oh, and I got a gift from Sir Cat. Yes. I had my good affinity and I think it worked out. And there we go. There it is. That is the gift from Sir Cat. So now we want to take this pot down underground where we're going to be able to place it. So if we melee here, there you go. That's that thing we got from the trap and it's now going into this pot. So the poop is still not ready. I have had this ready on such a lower round before. I think I had this done by about round 16 before. This is now going to go green as we are in round 21. I think that took about 2.5 rounds, maybe 3 rounds before it actually went green. So now what we need to do is get this zombie to run over. And there we go, just like that. The floor is now going to activate. And both me and DJ need to get out our special weapons and use them on the spot in order to be teleported to the next step of the Easter egg. I'm actually getting my perks from probably one of the most hated perk systems ever. But I've got myself Stamina Up and Quick Revive, with Quick Revive having a really awesome modifier if I had it in my modifier slot. But I also have Dying Wish, and I think Dying Wish is a perk that would be really good if it was to return. And just like that, we now have the poison from this tree, and we can use it to poison the mystery box to get ourselves the free wonder weapon on this map, the Death of Orion. And just to make things more interesting, when I was just about to poison the mystery box, we apparently have somewhere nearby, I don't know what it's called. Anyways, let's open the mystery box and this should give us the Death of Orion. Hopefully I don't die here. I would be really annoyed. Here we go. Pick it up. Pick it up. Oh, I thought I was going to miss that then. I actually thought I was going to miss it. But this thing is an absolute beast, by the way. If you know how to, you can do things like this. You can make this thing a fully auto squid gun or scorpion gun. I actually think it's kind of mental that there's actually not a lot of people. Like, if you ask people who play Black Ops 4, did you complete a main quest? Then a lot of them would say no. So after waiting for the old man, we can get out our special weapons and we got to shoot at the floor, I think, and press X. It's a bit weird how this particular step works. Nobody really fully understands it, but holding X, using your special weapon seems to make it work. And then we're going to get teleported and we get put into what is basically like a lockdown inside of the Danu tower. So to progress, we need to shoot these, and then once we do, they will give us a max ammo. And then we just have to progress up the tower. I like to spam the Death of Orion. I'm not really doing much. A lot of the damage is being done by DJ. So that's the second one. And now we're on to our third and final one. So if we do that, there we go. And it is nearly going to break. And when it does, we will be teleported back to the arena. And I think this is a really good alternative space. For our next step, we are now on to Answer the Dawn. So to do this next step, we need to use the Brazen Ball, also known as the shield. And we need to find symbols. There's about 12 or 13 different locations, and we only need to find 4 of them. One of them is up here. Once we shoot it with the Brazen Ball, it will light up. Once we do that, a gladiator is going to spawn in, and we now need to take this guy out as a sacrificial offering to Ra. And like so, that's how we do it. And now we're going to see that his soul is essentially going to be taken, and it's going to go towards the Ra temple. We now need to repeat this another 3 times. There's nothing on this one. Now this step may seem really difficult at first, but once you know these locations, honestly, it's really easy, and I can complete this probably in about a minute. Again, it has spawned in a gladiator, so we need to kill this guy. And he has me trapped between a zombie and himself, but I did manage to take him out. But this zombie is going to down me. You are joking. The same thing happened back to back. I am actually going to get killed back to back with a zombie and the gladiator. You are joking. Now we are on to our final one, which we need to find, and I think it could be here, and it's not. Okay, that's interesting. So the final one is inside of the Danu tower. We can go ahead and shoot it like that. And then we are now going to get our final gladiator. So the final gladiator decided to spawn on DJ rather than spawn at me. He's dead. So for our next step, we are going to need to do basically Simon Says inside of the Ra tower. So we interact with this, and symbols are going to show up, and those symbols all correlate to different enemy types that we have to kill in that order that we see the symbols. This is probably one of the most hardest steps that there is on this. So we have to kill the water zombie type, a gladiator, and then we need to get a brawler and a fire type. So I have water, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot that one, as that is the first in the sequence. And now I've also got fire, so DJ is going to have to take out the gladiator and the brawler. He failed it. So if you fail it like DJ just did, then we do have to go to another round before we can attempt this again. You have got to love how the specialists used to work on this game. Like, we can res someone with the scepter, and then it will basically retain their perks as well. Like, remember when these were actually useful? Okay, attempt number 2. We're usually really good at this, DJ, so you need to step it up a little bit, bro. Our new order is Fire, Blight, Gladiator, and Brawler. So we need to take out our first one, which is going to be Fire this time round. And honestly, that is a decent combination to start with, because Fire is painful. I need to get a new shield as well, because my shield is absolutely breaking over here. They go to the bottom of the arena, because I've got a feeling that Fire, yep, Fire is here. And DJ has just gone down. So I am going to teleport, and he's just saying cheers. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Okay, that was weird. We definitely got the symbol for Blightfather, but for some reason it gave us a tiger. I got fire. No! Attempt 1,053,000, and we need to now do electric, fire, poison, and then brawler. And now we just need a fire zombie, which I believe is going to spawn again at the bottom of the temple. So I'm going to go down here and have a little look and see if he has. And I believe he has, yep, okay. Apparently not fire! And now it's the final one, and we just need to get rid of this blight, and then we have actually successfully done this after many times of failing it. Usually, me and DJ absolutely smash this step. We don't have problems with it, but because we've been playing loads of Skirt and loads of, like, Cold War recently, like, this feels so foreign to us, it's unbelievable. So after we completed that pretty crazy step, our next step is to both interact with this pedestal or altar, and then we're going to be teleported to the underground, where we'll be locked under there, and we'll have to shoot these spirals. Now there's 4 spirals we need to shoot. They are going to raise these sort of like spikes in the arena, and then we have to use our kilowatt weapon in order to charge them. We will interact with the altar, and then we should be teleported. So there's one here, and DJ's got that one up, and here's our second one. And if we shoot that, DJ's going to get this up a lot faster than me, but there we go, we got that one up. Now it's time for our third one, so we shoot here, like so, and there we go, that one's up. And now we are on to our final one, which we can locate here. We can now exit this area, but I unfortunately am killed, and this is Dying Wish. I would love to see Dying Wish come back. It has just literally saved my life there. Now that we've done the synchronized step, I can actually go ahead and get myself my Zeus perk, which is yet another perk I think would be really nice to see. As I know a lot of people don't really like this perk, but this gives us a Luna the dog, and Blood Wolf Bite is quite a good perk. It's just the fact that we can't really activate the dog when we want to. It's just activated when you get a kill that does so much damage. After Luna has been out for a while, she'll go away and then you have to wait for her to charge back up. Remember to tell me down in the comments down below, what perks would you like to see from Black Ops 4 be added to Black Ops 6 or a future installment of Call of Duty Zombie? Now in the arena you can see that there is a lit trick on the floor, and this is next to one of these podiums or spikes, and we now need to get electric kills in here and we will charge these spikes up. This particular step takes a lot of zombies, but if you use gladiators you can actually fill each of these up with about 2 gladiators. So I'm just going to train up here, try and get as many zombies as I can, and then I want my alternative ammo type to do that. Oh Luna, this is not what I want you to do. Not now, not now, you're ruining it. You're ruining the run. Okay, so this might be kind of why Luna is not liked by people. It's a nice support perk if your friend goes down. The aim for this video was to do it by round 22, which I've done on numerous occasions to show people who are usually scared of Black Ops 4 Zombie main quest due to those extremely high amounts of guides that have over half an hour explanations. And I know that a lot of people didn't know that you can actually complete a lot of these Easter eggs before round 20. DJ has done all of them, and now we need to interact with a pedestal. Then we get teleported to this really awesome arena step where we can basically use our special weapons infinitely, and this is really fun, especially if you use the Warhammer like special weapon, as that thing you can just infinite swing with it. Look at this is absolutely freaking mental. Just watching me spam this thing. It's actually like the Warhammer. Just like that, we are on the final step towards the boss fight. So now you need to use the Death of Orion to do 3 different areas where we can trick shot through the wall to get these different symbols. I've just got one there, so this is for our second symbol, and I believe if we shoot it there we go, we got it. This next one's probably the one that I struggle with the most because you've got to kind of jump. Okay, so I run out of bullets, but that's okay because this is not the Pack-a-Punch Death of Orion, so that's easily sorted. We can Pack-a-Punch it and then we are going to get a whole load of ammo, which is really cool. We got our final one, and you can hear the ambulance because obviously I live near an ambulance rap run. I'm just that lucky. We want to interact with this grid and then stand on this pressure plate, as this is now okay, now there's a monkey round, right? Okay, for our next step we're going to be locked inside of the sewers, or whatever this is called, the pit, and we need to stand on this pressure plate, and just like that we're being teleported into the pit. We can now no longer leave, and we've got to try and survive. It's going to throw about 3 or 4 different waves of enemies at us before we can finally get out of here and go into the boss fight. I honestly don't usually feel that underpowered on Black Ops 4, but for some reason today, whilst I've been playing, I just do not feel very powerful at all. One thing I will say, I really liked the Catalyst zombies on Black Ops 4. I think they looked really awesome, and especially with their different abilities, they added a different thing for you to achieve as well, because we had calling cards where it said you have to kill different types of catalysts. We had to use different ATTs on them in order to unlock different calling cards, and we got XP from that. Like, it was just an absolutely amazing time. It's just such a shame that Black Ops 4 didn't get a good reception. Many different reasons why this game didn't succeed, one of them being the UI. A lot of people did not like the way that the user interface looks. I mean, the points, for example, I mean, it is a bit ugly, I will admit. I mean, if we had to redesign it, surely it could have been a little bit better. Even where the perks are, that even doesn't look as great as it could have been. So it is a little bit of a shame, if I'm absolutely honest, because I think that this game had a lot of heart and soul. And although it had a few maps where, you know, we got PowerPoints instead of cutscenes that were generated in-game, we did get a pretty decent turnout in terms of the Chaos storyline, as each of those had a full cutscene in game. Now the way that ends, especially when we go and play Ancient Evil, which we will be doing on our playthrough through each of the maps, that story had such a big cliffhanger, and I just wish that it was going to be continued. But I'm afraid with the fact that Jason Blundell is no longer with Activision and hasn't been with them for a long time, we probably won't ever see that storyline ever come to a light or ever reach its climactic ending. Whilst you can argue that this game had its own difficulty level, At the same time, you know, a lot of people said that this ruined entry for zombies, so people couldn't just enter and play unless they were seasoned pros. However, I don't really agree with that. I think that this was just a new type of zombies, a new spin on it, and it really can't really be looked at as a previous installment and be compared to it, because it was so much its own installment and its own take on how zombies should work. I mean, even down to the perk system, which was completely unique, because instead of having all of the perks inside of the maps, for the first time ever you had to be strategic about which one you were going to use as a modifier, what the other 3 perks were going to be, and you had to select those outside of the game. They couldn't be hot swapped in game, and unless you had something like secret source on, you couldn't experience any of the other perks. But I do think that Black Ops 4 is definitely a hidden gem, as it has a really awesome unique feel to it, and once you get used to it as well, especially if you haven't played on the PC edition, then I highly suggest that you do it, because it is totally different to console. The flow, the feel of it, the way the game looks, all the way down to the FOV, it really is just a better game on the PC compared to those that we got from the console. I definitely would have preferred to see a point system similar to this, as I feel like the Cold War point system is a little bit lackluster, because you don't even get points for hitting a zombie. So once you finish that step and you pick up the key from the grid, we can now go on to the last step of the Easter egg, and that last step being the boss fight. That means there are no steps left. I was going to re-record this and try and get in at an earlier stage, but you know, I decided not to do that because I wanted you guys to get the authentic gaming experience, so you could see just how sometimes it can be painful when you play a game. It just is the way it is. First of all, we are going to get a wave of gladiators. This is probably one of my absolute favorite boss fights of sorts. So you start with just fighting gladiators, and then eventually after you get the wave of gladiators, we are going to get an elephant that we have to take out. Now look at just how powerful this weapon is. Everybody always bashes the Death of Orion. Yes, I will admit the ammo's not that great, the ammo capacity is not that great, but when you're inside of this boss fight, because you're getting unlimited ammos, like literally this thing absolutely destroys all of the big guys, especially the big guys. That's the crazy thing about it. You wouldn't expect that from the Death of Orion. It's so cool how they come from the crowd as well. Like, look at that. Man, I'd love to see something on the scale of this. One thing I've got to absolutely commend Black Ops 6 for is it does look like it's going to have a complete abundance of enemy types. You've got the guys in the ocean, you've got the spider looking zombies, you've got loads of different types of zombies as well in terms of designs. I will admit Black Ops 6 looks like it's got it all, boys, and I can't wait to see if it is. Here we go, and the elephant has come out. The elephant in the room, as to speak, is now available for us to destroy, and the Hades is very heavy. I said I like it before, and I do. I definitely do, but this thing is extremely heavy. Oh my goodness. It was definitely even better when you get all of your attachments as well, because I can make it do so much more damage. But here we go, let's also spam this, and let's kill that elephant. Let's get those rapid kills. We are being hit by zombies, but that's okay. We're just going to throw a Wraith Fire here. Max ammo, I like that. We're going to be careful because he could charge at us. I think he probably will. Oh no, he's dead. And he's down. Take that. That's it. So yeah, that's it. That's the end. Well, no, not quite, because we have one more elephant, my dudes, and he's going to get taken out pretty quickly. Those guys on top did not survive for more than 5 seconds, literally. Just keep going for that heart. The heart is the weak point. Honestly, look at how quick this guy dies. Admittedly, DJ has the Hellion. He did the Hellion Salvo Easter egg. There we go. DJ has redeemed himself from poisoning half of planet Earth with his pastries and pies. G freaking G, my dudes. Anyways, guys, that is it for this particular video and coverage on this map. I will be back on the next map for this story, so make sure when you see this you do watch it, and I shall see you guys in my next video.
The Novum Ignotum Proclamation dictates You must grant us clemency.
You should not have knowledge of such texts. You are but an ignorant slave.
I know more than you think, and I'm nobody's slave.
What are you talking about, Scarlet? Get your filthy hands off me! This can't be happening! I think we're going to die.